Hey everybody, Spencer here. I thought long and hard about whether I wanted to post this video. I try to be a really positive person, and this video didn't have a ton of positive things to say, but I think it was an honest review of the game. I just want to know your guys' thoughts. So if you watch the video, let me know at the end. Like, could I have spun this a little bit differently? Like, how could I have improved this for you as the viewer? This is gonna be a little bit more raw. There's not gonna be those transitions where I have everything coming up because I just want to see how people respond to just my honest feedback about a game that growing up as a child that I really love. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time on another video here on the Heezy Game Media YouTube channel.
Hello everybody and welcome back to a video on the Heezy Game Media YouTube channel. I'm Spencer, or Heezy, and it's been a while. I have had some pretty major life changes come up in the last month, as well as a death in the family, and just honestly, this video was not something that I got really excited about during this time. I want to talk about why. I've never done a negative review before. And as I was writing the review for this, spoilers, I don't have a lot of positive things to say until the end. Today we're going to talk about if playing the Legacy of Goku series, specifically Legacy of Goku 1, is worth it in quarantine. So, with that being said, I want to spoil that I did not enjoy my playthrough of Legacy of Goku, but I want to talk about why. So, one of the reasons that I played Mass Effect 1 before playing the rest of them, even though everybody told me that I could skip Mass Effect 1, is because I knew, like, they're like, oh, the gameplay gets so much better in 2, you'll enjoy 2 so much more, but I didn't want to hate Mass Effect 1 by playing the others first and then going back. And as I have played Legacy of Goku 2 and Boost Fury, and I actually recently played Boost Fury, I didn't. I thought if I was going to do these reviews, I wanted to include Legacy of Goku 1. As somebody that's played the other two, I really didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy the nostalgia. I have a vivid memory of buying this game at, I think, a media play. We were going on a trip to either I think it was Disneyland, and my mom let me buy a video game for the trip because we were going in the car. And I picked Legacy of Goku. I was really excited about it. I was a huge Dragon Ball Z fan at the time, and I was really excited to get to play this game that had a lot of hype around it. Um, and I think that the thing is if we think about just this the nostalgia of this, I loved my Game Boy Advance and my Game Boy SP, and this game was played on the Game Boy Advance. I don't think I owned an SP yet, and so I remember sitting in the car with a little light attached to my Game Boy, just playing this driving up to Disneyland, and that's a fond memory for me. And I think that the clunkiness and the things that I felt throughout this game, do get a little bit outweighed by the nostalgia. I certainly, remember solving all the puzzles and that excitement at the end of the game. But man, is it rocky. Um, I think one of the main reasons that this game just didn't live up to it for me is kind of just how good Legacy of Goku 2 is. Legacy of Goku 2 is like legitimately just a great RPG. And so, in my opinion, so is Boost Fury. And so, when you go from this really, really good RPG to, I mean, if we're being honest, Legacy of Goku 1 is pretty bad. Um, it does not live up to the other two games, and that's okay. It's the first in the series. They were just trying stuff. But I think that it's certainly not worth the replay. Now the question is, does that make it worth the first play? And that's a really good question. I think that for me, the issues with the game were the pacing of the game was really, really slow. Um, it just really felt like a slogfest. Um, and I didn't enjoy that. I think that there also isn't as much exploration as something like Legacy of Goku 2. So you're just on this one-way track that you can't deviate from, that you already know the story of, that doesn't give you very good bonus content. I don't know, it felt like I'm just playing a worse version of a game that I love. And that's not a fun feeling. Like I want to feel like I'm enjoying myself. I also thought the puzzles were really convoluted in a lot of ways, and that Namek really sucked to do and redo. Like I don't know, it just wasn't a fun. It wasn't a fun replay. Uh, I do think that I did love the nostalgia. Like there were moments where I was like, man, this is pretty great. Like I really am glad that I'm doing this. One, to remind me just how much. I mean, it got me pretty hyped to play Legacy of Goku 2, if I'm being honest. And I'll do a video on that. I'm almost done with that game now too. But this one just was. It was all nostalgia, clunky gameplay, and oh, shout out to whoever that was for whatever just happened. Thank you. Well, I'm recording in OBS, so you can hear the stream stuff going on. But I really enjoyed, having these little things that I remembered, and remembering where I was when I did this activity in Legacy of Goku, and remembering that trip to Disneyland and things like that. The nostalgia hit hard. And also the nostalgia for Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is just one of my favorite franchises. I legitimately love it. Dragon Ball specifically is one of my favorite animes before Dragon Ball Z. But the story of Goku and going Super Saiyan for the first time is something that you really get to enjoy. The sounds of Legacy of Goku 1 and the is pretty good. Um, and you do get that story of Goku, and it's fun in that way. I think that it legitimately did make me excited for the rest of the series. And you know, I think that if you have not played this game and you're looking for like a pretty fun, easy RPG to be playing in quarantine, this series, and this one included, is a good one. If you've already played this game, I would just skip it. I think that you will not be happy doing a replay of this game. But if you haven't played it, I recommend it. And then you're in for a treat in Legacy of Goku 2 and Boost Fury, which we'll talk about on this channel. But yeah, surprisingly, even though I didn't enjoy my replay, and I do think that there's enough in the game that if you haven't played it before and you're looking for something fun to do, you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, it's worth it for the first time players. If you have played it, I would skip this one. I'm playing Legacy of Goku now. We'll talk. Like I said, we'll do another video of that. It's totally worth it. But yeah, I I will say that I could probably replay the others without playing this again too. Like I'm replaying, as I said, I'm already doing that other one, but I'll play Boost Fury after that, and I'll probably come back to Legacy of Goku 2 and Boost Fury again and again. This one, not so much. This is the first not happy review that I've ever done on this channel, and honestly, I wasn't excited about it. I'm usually a really positive person, but I kind of dreaded playing this game a little bit. I almost didn't finish it, and so much so that on Namek I just went straight through. I was just like, I'm not doing anything but this. I just want to get this over with, like mashing the A button through the story, um, and that that's not typical of me. So I think that kind of says how sick I was of certain aspects of this game. The game can be a bit grindy. The leveling up system, those experience aren't very clear, and so something you might end up doing is just punching a dinosaur 5,000 times until you get the level you want to be. Um, but yeah, I also played this game with a controller, which was pretty nice, as I played it on my Mac, which you should never do. That sounds illegal. But that experience really got me to love the experience of playing Game Boy games on a controller, specifically Game Boy Advanced games. So if you have a controller, I would recommend using one because it is a lot better than your keyboard. If you've got a cartridge and you've got it in your Game Boy SP, you're in for a treat. So that is going to do it for this video. It's a little bit sadder. Stay tuned for part 2 as I talk about Legacy Goku 2. It might be next week or the week after. Really excited about it. The podcast is coming back, so I'll be doing a weekly podcast starting next week with Wes Singleton called Need to Nerd. The podcast returns. We're really excited about it. hit that like button for this video and hit that subscribe button so that you can listen to the podcast. That is going to do it for this week. I was not excited for this video. If it's a downer, I'm sorry. I didn't know what else to do. I wrote this review, I played the game, and I was like, I'm going to do it because I'm going to do the whole series. But stay tuned for part 2, and we can talk about why that game is so great. Thanks. Bye.